Capo, and last video we talked about through the lock forcible entry and the importance of the K tool, or the officer's tool, or the Buster X tool, or something similar to pull the lock out of the mortise lock. Today we're talking about an alternative way of getting through commercial storefronts. So let you know that this is a mortise lock, and the name means because it's mortised into the jamb. It's in the jamb. So the way that this lock is put on is that there's really thin brass, which is very soft, threads on the lock cylinder, which coincides with 3 or 4 really thin grooves in the mortise lock where it screws on. There's also little set screws, and you can see a set screw here. And that set screw is screwed in by the locksmith into the groove in the mortise lock, in the cylinder. So it doesn't just move around freely when it's in the door. So this set screw is screwed into the groove. So what we're doing when we're applying the K tool or the officer's tools, we're pulling out and we're stripping these really thin brass threads from the lock. But knowing how it's put together, we know how we can take it off another way. So in my pocket, because I'm on a truck company, we've altered a set of channel locks. And actually, if you would do this, just bend this mortise head on the inside, just so it don't make a hole in your pants. This is an older version of ours, but we know now that with this channel lock, we can place our channel lock on the cylinder. And what we do is once it's on there, we go tight. We go to the right, righty-tighty really quick, and then we go left. And why we do that tight is because it just bends the tip of that set screw a little bit. And now when we unscrew it, it just snaps the front of that set screw off. And then as we spin this lock with our channel locks, it'll come out. Now I place this, exposing the bearing that we need to play with here. Now I place this lock on it this way for a reason. Before you start manipulating the lock cylinder or pulling it out with the K tool, you want to notice, like I said in the first video, of where this cylinder is. Because where that cylinder is means that's where you're going to go to manipulate the bearing. You know, this lock could be put in any which way depending on where it's set on the door. So in this case, I don't call it at a 9 o'clock and we go from 8 to 10 o'clock. I still say this is a 6 o'clock position. We just turn our clock sideways. A little silly, but it's an easy way than just talking about like, the cylinder's at a 10:45 position, you know? So it's still at 6, this will be 12, and now once I remove this, it's going this way to that way. So now let's do that needed step again. So I unscrewed this lock, which I do quite often on the job. Then my handle is shaped like a mortise head, and now I push it in. As you can see what I'm doing, this bearing in there, look what's dropping here. So it drops in, and then once I turn it, it goes to the lock, or of course, we're going to the 5 o'clock to 7 unlock position. If it was set here, it'd be the same. And that's how we're manipulating the mortise lock. So no more breaking glass on the primary way. Let's pull the cylinder or unscrew. The next video, we will conclude our mortise lock, and then we'll start getting into some rim locks.